While cleaning the house, a woman accidentally broke a teapot. Little did she know, the manager would later tell her it was a priceless antique worth millions. Faced with crushing debt and surrounded by luxury, Laura hatched a wicked plan. She slipped into the master bedroom, trying on expensive designer clothes and lying in the owner's lavish bed. Looking at her transformed reflection in the mirror, she burned her old rags and completely reinvented herself as the lady of the house. But this fake happiness lasted only 2 days. The doorbell suddenly rang, and Laura thought the homeowner had returned early. When she opened the door, she found a young couple asking for directions. But then the girl suddenly went into labor. In this life or death moment, Laura had no choice but to play midwife. Holding the newborn baby in her hands, the childless woman in her 50s, who had been alone her entire life, saw fate delivering this family of 3 right to her doorstep. Using the excuse of postpartum recovery, she invited the couple to stay. When she learned their names were Nick and Amy, both orphans without parents or jobs, Laura became even more excited. She generously declared, "My home is your home." The naive young couple thought they'd met a kind, wealthy woman and began dreaming of a bright future. Little did they know their wealthy benefactor was just a parasite squatting in someone else's house. What followed was a life built on lies. Amy cared for the baby, Nick handled the heavy work, and Laura played the housewife. This makeshift family actually began to feel genuinely warm and loving. But when the gardener arrived on schedule to trim the hedges, Laura panicked and spent her last savings to send him away. When Nick discovered the luxury cars in the garage were out of gas and asked Laura for money to fill them up, she was already broke. The refrigerator was empty, the gas was cut off, and they'd even run out of diapers for the baby. Seeing Laura's evasive look, Nick finally understood the truth. This isn't your house. With nowhere left to hide, Laura came clean. Surprisingly, Nick didn't storm off in anger. Instead, he decided to join her in selling the house's valuables to continue their parasitic lifestyle. Just as they were enjoying their stolen happiness, disaster struck. The newborn baby suddenly died. Amy was devastated, and they had to frantically dispose of the body because the cleaning company manager was coming for an inspection. Laura's years of acting skills helped her pull off the deception, but Amy, having lost her child, had a complete mental breakdown. Seeing innocent children on the street triggered an explosion of maternal instinct, and she actually stole someone else's baby. This deranged family once again had their complete family of 4. They placed their photo in the homeowner's picture frame, fully claiming the house as their own. Nick kept selling precious items to fund their lifestyle as the 3 of them lived it up in luxury. But this false paradise was never meant to last. One day, an elderly man suddenly came to visit. He was the homeowner's uncle. Seeing all these strangers in the house, he immediately sensed something was wrong and prepared to call the police. In that moment, Nick completely lost his mind. To protect this fake heaven, he murdered the innocent old man with his own hands and dumped the body in the swimming pool.